Cats and kittens, boys and girls. I'm Carbonor. Welcome to my channel. Hope all is warm and well in your world today. Things are definitely warm in my world today. Definitely warm in my world today. As explained yesterday. Actually, was it yesterday or was it the Fall Guys Fortnite live streams? It might have been the Fall Guys Fortnite Friday live streams. I'm not sure. At some point, I mentioned that the Freon in my air conditioner is not really working at the moment. Speaking of which, I need to turn that the fuck off real quick, like. Hold on. Luckily, it is cooling off for a bit, for a couple days. It says the weather is. Thankfully. It just sucks. It's not going to be like, hey babe, it's not going to be the most expensive thing in the world to get it refilled. I don't think, because my air conditioner is it's a fairly new model. It's a newer model, so that'll be, that'll save me some money. The estimates are anywhere from like $100 to $1,500. So I don't think I'm going to be on the high end of the 1,500. I think it's just going to be a couple hundred. Here's hoping, anyway. Here's hoping. All right, we got everything up and running. Okay. 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 Here we go. Good God. Fall Guys Fortnite Friday went really long today. Holy shit. Holy shit. I'm noticing the time on those videos. 2 hours on Fall Guys and 2.5 hours on Fortnite. Of course, through the whole process, both of them, I was just bitching and raving and ranting and stuff. So I guess that's understandable. I was talking a lot through those two videos. Getting a lot of shit off my chest. I was a little irritated with things, I guess you could say. So I wouldn't recommend going back and watching this week's Fall Guys Fortnite episodes if you are easily offended. I cover the gamut. Comic books, movies, racism, trans, all kinds of shit. I covered all kinds of shit on the Fall Guys Fortnite Friday episode. So, if you're not easily offended, you can watch them. If you're easily offended, just don't. I mean, I could just about generally say that for the Fall Guys Fortnite episodes in general, because I know that not many people end up watching those. People didn't watch them much when I was making the videos of them, and they don't watch them now that I do live streams of them very much, because I've said that that's on the total opposite end of when YouTube tells me my audience is online. So there's not really anybody there to watch the shit. So I sometimes kind of cut loose. It's always if you look back on the first videos of the first, you know, videos that I was making of Fall Guys and Fortnite episodes, that's the way it was back then too. I I used the Fall Guys Fortnite episodes as almost like a therapy, venting therapy. I often said during those early videos that if you really want to know the lore about Carbonor and what makes him, watching the Fall Guys Fortnite episodes, because that's where the real me often comes out. You get unfiltered Carbonor on the Fall Guys Fortnite episodes. And you did yesterday. Alright, 1 day, 6 hours. That is a considerable amount of time. But there it is. We got him going. Ultimate Eugen, last of the descendants that I needed, is in the process of being made. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Tickled about that. Do I have anything over here? Let's see if I got anything over here to do. I'm not hurting for anything at the moment. We're not hurting. We're not hurting. Let's go check. What would I have in the mail? Didn't I just check the mail? Oh. Sweet. Got some cores. That's never a bad thing. Oh, let's do this over here. Real quick like. Let's go ahead and do this. Now you gotta be careful when you're doing this. One time, I did this one time. I did this thing one time when I switched out the weapons. I did that once. I don't think I really talked about it because I was embarrassed by it. But I did fuck up one of my weapons by doing that one time. I haven't done it since then because I've become very careful and aware of not using the wrong one, because that would just be stupid. So let's see. Let's take a look at the Shadow Sword now. I don't think it's going to have a difference on... No, not really. It's this. That's just a special attack. But it's pretty potent now. The Shadow Slash is pretty potent now. Hey, good morning, Nightmare. How's it going, man? Alright. Excuse me, ma'am. I'm alright, dude. I'm not too bad. He says, how am I doing? Not doing too bad. It could be better. I'd appreciate it if, like I've been saying, my air conditioner was not in need of a Freon recharge. Then it wouldn't be 76 degrees inside my house right now. It's cooled down. It was 84, but I opened windows and turned some fans on. Because luckily I had a shitload of fans from, I don't think it was last year. I think it was the year before last. I want to say where I kind of accidentally broke my thermostat because it froze over, and I was kind of trying to chip. This is what happened 2 years ago. It went much like this year. It went from the hot to the cold, and I noticed that the cold wasn't working. And then I went back and looked at my pulled a little vent off and looked at my air conditioner, and it was frozen over. It had ice all over it. So I fucking started chipping it the fuck off, and inadvertently I fucked it up. That was an expensive repair. And it happened right when it went from being cold, and then we got this sudden fucking, it's going to be 100 degrees for like 4 fucking days. You know, we just got this sudden fucking hot streak. And it got up to literally over 100 degrees inside my house. And I fucking was just like melting, literally melting. That was a bad time. That was a bad time. So I bought all these fucking fans, all these little fans, portable fans, and fucking one big fan. So I have, you know, I'm prepared. Like when you know, people buy a shitload of candles just in case the power goes out, they can still, you know, have light. Well, I have, I have like 10 or 11 fucking fans just in case the air conditioner decides to die all of a sudden out of nowhere. So luckily I had those. I've got a couple propped up by the windows. Excuse me, it's like 63 degrees outside right now. So I've got the fans blowing the cold air through it. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass, Nightmare. It's a pain in the ass. It's nothing life-threatening or anything. It's just something I gotta get fixed in the next, hopefully, coming week. With any luck, it'll only cost me a couple $100 if I'm lucky. And then it'll be recharged again. It happens a lot. I mean, at least I'm told by the people who work on air conditioners, it happens a lot in the season between, you know, when it starts going from cold to hot, the winter to spring. It's a common problem that the fucking air conditioners will just go whoa and forget that they have Freon. So it happens a lot. So, you know, it is what it is. It's not a big deal. It's just, I'm just uncomfortable. Damn! Oh, you have, Nightmare says, well, we got 7 air conditioners plus 1 extra in the box, so I think we good. Are they like, window units? I don't have any window units. All I've got is central. And I could technically open the one window in my bedroom if I hadn't covered it in garbage bags and cardboard to keep the daylight out. No? Oh shit, Nightmare says no, they're not window units. So you have 7 fully operating, like, central AC units? Why? Wall mounted. Oh, okay. Wall mounted. Oh wait, I need to switch. What's our battle pass shit today? Nothing really complicated. And of course, we've already done this. We are so far ahead of schedule on the challenges. Nightmare says, I don't know, the house came with them and a lot of rooms in the houses. Wait, hold on. Let me read that again. I don't know, the house came with them and a lot of rooms in the house. Okay. I don't know if those are cheaper electricity wise than having central air, as I know you can get those pretty easily. I think I know the kind of air conditioners that you're talking about. Is it? Are they cheaper? Is that what you use, or do you have central AC as well? Oh, okay. It has an inside unit and an outside unit, so you got like a combo of both. Okay. I was gonna ask if that was what you had instead of central. I was gonna ask what your comparably like the electricity costs for it would be. He says outside unit is a fan and for the gas.
Descendant. This is a phase separation rail, which uses inversion energy. It has a large output, which requires processing of tens of billions of units of data per second.
When my air is working, it's really good. It blows the cold air or the heat out pretty hardcore. But the problem with my place is it's a trailer. I live in a double wide, the biggest size that you can get. That's what I live in. The problem is though, is that the guy who lived in the trailer before me, he designed it himself, you know, because that's what you can do when you buy a trailer. You can, like every detail, you can fucking tell him this is what I want. And his idiot, okay, so my living room, my dining room, and my kitchen are one enormous, massive fucking room. And this idiot, dumb shit motherfucker who bought the trailer and designed it, chose where everything was, how it was set up, where the vents were, the whole 9 yards. He thought it was a good idea in this massive motherfucking huge joined room of 3 different rooms that it was a good idea to have just one air vent in there, one normal size air vent and one half-sized air vent for this enormous motherfucking room. So even with this super badass air conditioner that I have, because of that, that one huge room doesn't heat and cool like the rest of the house does. So I'm not wondering, or I'm not sure sometimes if it wouldn't be cheaper to get some kind of fucking, some kind of like air conditioner you can get from like Walmart or something to kind of offset the work that it has to do. I don't know. But yeah. So I've got this fucking huge, almost like studio loft kind of fucking room. Like I said, that is my dining room, my living room, and my fucking kitchen. And just has that 1.5 little fucking vents. And it does make it rather difficult to regulate the temperature, like I said, throughout the entire trailer. Because the dude was a dumbass. Well, that's a good idea. Yeah, Nightmare says a ceiling fan would help you. I've got one of those in the living room. I've never been one to have a ceiling fan in my bedroom though, because I have shitty sinuses. That's a common ailment that people from Tennessee have, is really shitty sinuses. I've discussed this before, because pretty much the whole state of Tennessee is like surrounded by mountains. So Tennessee is like in the bowl of the mountains, and inside that land, because that's what Tennessee is known for, mountains and swamps. That's what we got. So it is always fucking, it's always wet. It's always fucking, there's always mildew and fucking allergies and shit like that. People from Tennessee just have the worst fucking sinuses. That it's just a common problem. Most people who live in Tennessee go through their whole lives not knowing what it is to actually be able to breathe, because we have to draw in oxygen through basically a wet sweater. So when I sleep with a ceiling fan, it completely dries me the fuck out. I'll wake up and I'm like, I sometimes wonder what it would be like to live in a desert type place that's just dry, so you could like breathe and not have all the moisture. I'm sure it's wonderful being able to breathe. Something Tennesseans just aren't familiar with. That's one thing about the South, The South has in the southern United States, when it is fucking summer, it gets sweltering here. And when it gets cold, it absolutely fucking freezes. And because we live in that bowl of the mountains, the weather is so hard to predict, because it will just capture fucking storms and fucking weather, patterns and shit and conditions, and just bounce it back and forth between the mountains. It's such a fucking, it's just bleh. It's just bleh. It's just bleh. But yeah, our weathermen will, most of the time, they don't have a fucking clue in Tennessee. They don't have a fucking clue. They'll come out and tell you, well, we think it's going to be like this. And then you're like, okay, it's fucking snowing. You didn't say nothing about snow. But yeah, hopefully it won't be a big deal to get it fixed. You'll just hear me complaining about it for a few days, probably until I get my tax return and get it fixed. You'll hear me being like, "Oh, it's so hot. It's so hot." So don't mind me. Yeah, I can't believe how long I went. 5.5 hours. Fall Guys Fortnite Friday was 5.5 hours this week. It's supposed to be only like 3 hours, but Jesus Christ. I didn't realize that I was going off that bad. But apparently I was.
Descendant, there are ancestor drones which give out inversion energy and the containers with unidentified RK stored in this location. The enemy aims to artificially combine these two forces to cause an inversion overload explosion. They have also blocked off the entry path with the Order's malignant tumors. First, remove the tumor from the container to reveal the RK stored inside. If I know the ancestors, they will have already identified the RK's properties. Just before the explosion happens, find the drone which matches the RK's properties and...
Nightmare says, damn, you played Fortnite without me? Every Friday, man. Between 8 and 11 p.m. my time. I'd love to have you there, dude. I didn't get any wins this week on either Fall Guys or Fortnite. Kind of disappointing in that regard. I got a shitload of fucking kills on Fortnite though. I kept just racking in the kills because everywhere I fucking landed, and it's not usually that way, but everywhere I was landing last night, it was like everybody else wanted to be there. So it was just like right off the bat, it seemed like every time I landed, I was having to fucking fight for my life. I don't know if it was just if all the the real players were playing last night or what it was. But yeah, I could have used a duo partner. For some reason, I always get, especially for Fall Guys. But the only people who ever want to play Fall Guys with me want to do fucking custom matches where it's just the two of us. And it's like, that is so goddamn boring. And the only person I've ever had want to play with me on Fortnite also wanted to do a one-on-one thing. And I was like, why the fuck would I want to do one-on-one in fucking Fortnite? Why would you want to do one-on-one in Fall Guys? The whole fun of those games is the fact that it's chaotic. It's you know, it's unpredictable because there's so many goddamn people.
Oh, I'm really screwed.
That's what makes those games fun. And when you take that away, it's like, what's the point? Those games are fun because of the massive amount of people that play them. Like a few months ago, but when I would make my videos, for some reason, when I was choosing to make my Fall Guys videos was always when nobody, like, there for like an entire month or more. It was just like there would be at the most 12 people. You know, it was so sad. It's not been that way since I started doing the live streams. You know, it seems like Friday night between 8 and 11 is a pretty good time to play both those games because the lobbies are always full. But when I was choosing to make the videos, I guess it was just not the time to play it. And so I was having to play with very few people. I remember one time, I think the most that I had got through the whole fucking episode that I recorded was like 8 people was the most, and it was just like, God, this is fucking horrible. I won several matches because there just weren't anybody there. And so I know it's not fun. I know specifically it's not fun. But that's what everybody, you know, I get it. I get every time, every fucking Fall Guys episode that I do a live stream. Oh, excuse me, that I do a live stream of. Somebody's like, "Hey, you want to do customs?" No, I don't. I did it once, for like the entire fucking duration of the live stream. It was just me and this girl, and she was trying to show me tricks and now we need to go to this specific map, and I need you to get on my back, you know, because you can ride piggyback on people. And she was showing me shit that you could jump on, and I was just like, this is kind of not fun. Kind of not fun. So it wasn't long after that that I made my hard and fast rule that I'm not doing custom shit or one-on-ones. If you want to go against everybody, then we will team up and we can do that. And I'm not sure, you know, part of me makes me think that, are these people just wanting to get on a live stream? Is that what it is? Are they just like, I want to be featured on somebody else's live stream? Which I guess is understandable, you know. It's, you know, it's like, okay, yeah, I totally get that. I guess. But no. No. We don't do that here at IAC anymore. I learned my lesson. Hey, get off me. By the way, does anybody out there understand the reference from the video title? Just curious if that's going to go over people's head. If it goes over your head, you're an uncultured swine. I'm just kidding. Kinda. Back to Albion. All roads lead back to Albion. Yeah, I was bitching about a lot of stuff on the Fall Guys Fortnite Friday this week. Bitching. Sometimes though, you know, you just got shit you got to get off your chest. You know? Nightmare says, still here. Well, thank you for letting me know, man. I appreciate you being here, Nightmare. You's a cool dude. I like all the guys that show up regularly. I think all y'all are pretty badass. Let's go with that outfit. Oh, let's go trench coat now. I haven't worn this one in a while. Oh, is it Tom? Oh, shit. Do I have Tom? I'm definitely going to have to change out of her. So could you technically... Oh, thank you for reminding me. Sorry. So technically, could you do 2 of these at a time? If you could beat it quick enough, could you go out and then immediately jump back in for another one? You don't get the reward twice. Okay. was just curious about that. Misfortune. Isn't that a League of Legends character? Yes, it is. It is. One of my favorite League of Legends characters because she's redhead. I played League of Legends for probably a while, probably about a year. I played it a lot for a while. And then much like Overwatch, I realized I was like, what's the point of this fucking game? What's the point of this fucking game? And I stopped playing it. I mained Sona. Pentakill Sona was my my primary character. That's who I played. Again, because she was redheaded and she wore leather and chains and shit like that. I was like, yeah, that'll be my character. I just one day I was playing that and Overwatch in one day, and I just realized I was like, I don't think I like either one of these games. Why am I still playing them? And so I stopped. I don't know. I have a problem with games that are just about achieving skins. You know what I'm saying? That's essentially the only purpose for playing the game is to just get more skins for the game. And this, you could say, I mean, you couldn't, I don't know, maybe you could say the same about this game, but there's a lot more to do in this game. There's a lot more variations and missions and challenges, and there's a lot of extra shit. Whereas opposed to League of Legends and Overwatch, it's always the same. It is always the same every goddamn time you play it. It is the exact same fucking mechanics. It is the exact same fucking strategy. It is the exact same over and over and over and over and over again. And that just, it's like, why do people enjoy this? I don't know. I don't know. To each their own, though. To each their own. Squirt for me. That's just dirty. That is just straight up dirty. It's filthy. Okay, now back to Nail. Back to Ninja Nail. Nightmare says, by the way, you build the shadow into crit chance and additional damage, but up to you. How have I built mine? Yeah, I've got... Yeah, I've got some crit. Going on it. It's not bad. Yeah, 42 and 39. It could be better. I could probably take off some of the attack speed modifier, but I like her being fast. My cores, yeah, I've got a lot of critical damage and critical rate on those as well. I've still got to get that one last melee weapon critical hit damage up to the X. But yeah, I've largely done that. It's definitely, like I've said before, given me a new appreciation for Nell, because now she plays so differently than everybody else because I've made her sword focused. I like the fact that you know, each one of these characters is distinct like that. That when you play as them, it's a completely different feel from another character, from the other characters. That you know, that decreases some of the possibility for burnout, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not just picking up your same person, doing this one skill, move on to the next, doing another skill, move on to the next. You know, I like having, you know, I'm sure that's the same for everybody. Well, I don't know if it is or not though, because you know, yeah, you want crit chance and additional damage for the corpse. Most of them are. There's a few of them that aren't. No, you won't. You'll not disable my bio signals. No, you won't do that. My bio signals are just fine. I think he says, Nightmare says, the crit rate is very low on the Shadow. That's why chance works the best, but it's up to you. I mean, I see what you're saying. I think, I don't know. I think the attack speed, you know, because I have it up so high, I think that kind of compensates for not having the crit damage and the hit rate, you know, super maxed out. I just like the idea of her being like a whirling dervish. No, no, fall off. Really? And one dude. One dude. One dude left. I see some more people have joined into the stream. Welcome to the channel. And welcome to the morning daily thingy. I hope all is warm and well in your world today. If you enjoy what you see here, if you're entertained by the chaos, perhaps you could see your way clear to maybe considering giving me a subscribe. I'm 89 away. I was 88 yesterday, but I lost one at some point in time. So I'm back up to 89 needed to make it to the 500 subscribers required for the next major milestone of the channel, unlocking memberships and super chats. So if any of you out there who may be like regular lurkers who show up every day but don't say anything, or if maybe you've just stumbled upon this channel for the first time, perhaps you might do me that favor of subscribing. I would surely appreciate it. I've been stuck at this 90 to like 85 subscribers short for several months now, and it'd be super helpful if you could do it. Where are you bastards? Boss bastards. One. Hey, dude. Ninja nail. I dig my ninja nail. I could probably get rid of penetration, the piercing rate, for something else. Possibly. Something to look into. Something I could look into. Alrighty. Now for Freyna. Freyna go to work. This is just gonna be lost and found shit, probably. Oh, no, it's not. Okay. What do I need? What does he have today? Let's see.
What do you want me to do? Hack something? Place a
No,
wiretap?
just
Check
hush.
data?
Just hush. Just hush. What is this one? Yeah, I don't care about either one of those. What do you got? The dog. I've got the dog. So I guess this is what we would have to go for. I have to do. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'll accept it. Let's do some gold and copper farming here. Let's get us some monies. Some human monies. I don't know how many of you guys out there watch wrestling. Wrestling, you know, has always been a constant in my life, professional wrestling. Like comic books have always been superheroes, you know, comic books have always been the big thing that I've been interested in. And then, you know, like sci-fi and horror, and then like wrestling is probably like in the top 5 of my interests and always has been. Even when I'm not actively watching wrestling, I'm still, you know, peripherally aware of what's going on, especially due to the fact that of my obsession with the WWE 2K games and creating my own characters and federations and whatnot. So I've always been kind of loosely in the world of professional wrestling, at least aware of what's happening. And I gotta say, modern wrestling sucks.
They must be transported.
Modern professional wrestling sucks. But recently, I have discovered a professional wrestler that gives me hope, that actually makes me want to watch wrestling again. And that wrestler's name is Dan Housen. If you don't know who Dan Housen is, you should know who Dan Housen is. You should know who Dan Housen is. He's pretty fucking awesome. He's pretty fucking awesome. He has gotten me interested now because he just recently signed with the WWE. It's kind of got me interested in wanting to watch again. But you know, as I said, the modern state of professional wrestling is not good. Apparently it's a common thing to have only 4 matches in a pay-per-view these days, or on a show these days, because now their entrances are, everybody has a stupid, ridiculous, overly complicated fucking entrance that takes fucking days. And that's good, that's cool when the person is deserving of such a thing, like, you know, The Rock and Stone Cold, you know, those kind of big characters like that. It's you know, it's understandable that they would kind of take advantage of the entrance and make it a spectacle. You know, The Undertaker, Kane, that kind of thing. But every fucking wrestler does not need an enormous, massive entrance like that. It devalues the ones who do have it. But apparently that is the state of wrestling right now, is that it takes so long to get the competitors in the ring because of their entrances that they don't have time to put more wrestling in the actual show. Not to mention the fact that it's been bought by TKO, which apparently is trying to turn it into a rich person's fucking hobby, which it's never been. Professional wrestling has always been for essentially white trash type people, for low income people, and they're trying to change that image to the point now that it costs, hundreds of dollars just to get a shitty seat to a fucking pay-per-view or a fucking live event. It's like they're trying to fucking kill it. Because rich people don't care. They don't care about it. It is a poor man's thing. It's a poor man's source of entertainment. That's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be for families. It's supposed to be for kids. And when a fucking ticket price is $300 to $500 or $1,000 or $3,000, for like WrestleMania and shit like that, it's no longer for the masses. It's for the elite now. Which is not good. But that's what happens when you sell it to a Saudi Arabian company that only gives a shit about money. That's what happens. And say what you will about Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon, he might have been a shitty person in his personal life, but he fucking goddamn loved professional wrestling. He loved the WWE and what he had created. He took pride in it, It wasn't just about, it was money, but it was about a product. It was about producing a product. An accessible product. And it's not that way anymore. Triple H has pretty much just sold the fuck out.
This is your grave.
And I'm telling you right now, if I ran a wrestling federation, if I ran the WWE, one of the first things I would do is tell everybody, if you're working for me, if you're working for this company, you will not have a Twitter account. You will not have a Twitter account. You will not break kayfabe ever. Ever. Because it is real hard to have, just for instance, to have somebody like Dominic Mysterio, who is married and has a wife, yet on the show, On the wrestling show, he's not married. He's a single dude who's hooked up with Liv Morgan. But you go on his Twitter and you see him doing family shit with his fucking real wife. It's like, okay, no. You want to be a wrestler for my company? Delete your social media accounts. Delete every fucking one of them. If you do have one, you will act in character always and ever. You will never show pictures of your family. You will never show pictures of you in your real life. That does not happen. That's part of the problem. Is it wrestling has always had elements of, you know, these people are actors, you know what I'm saying? But it's not you're not just doing a movie. This is a job that you have for 10, 15, 20 years as this character. You know, nobody gives a shit who you really are in your real personal life. Nobody cares. People knew Hulk Hogan's real name, but guess what? He was always Hulk Hogan. When he died, it was Hulk Hogan that died, not Terry Bollea. And the same is true of The Rock. How hard has The Rock fought since he started being a movie star? How hard has he fought to get people to not call him The Rock? And yet people will always call him The Rock. Nobody gives a fuck about Dwayne Johnson, but people fucking love The Rock. There's supposed to be that mystery with wrestlers. You're supposed to think that, you know, you're supposed to think that The Undertaker is an actual fucking reanimated fucking corpse come to life for no other purpose than to win a fucking world championship belt. That's what you're supposed to believe. And if you see him, if you see him,
more soldiers for the time being. Thank you, Descendant. You're a lifesaver.
In his normal life, well, that takes away the mystery and the grandeur of the Undertaker character. In my opinion. So, I can understand why modern day wrestlers would want to get rid of kayfabe so they could really enjoy their fame. You know what I'm saying? And not have to be in character all the time. But that's the job you signed up for. You wanted to be a professional wrestler. When you were a kid watching professional wrestling, you didn't know shit about these people. You know, the Undertaker was the Undertaker. He didn't have any other name. He didn't have a real name. He's not Mark Calloway. Who the fuck is Mark Calloway? He's the Undertaker. You know. Fucking, that's the way it's supposed to be. So yeah, if I ran a federation, it would be kayfabe 24/7. As long as you are contracted to me and this company, you will never reveal who you are. You will never show your real true life. And if you're not willing to do that, then you're not getting a contract. Simple as that. And if you break kayfabe, there will be punishments. There will be fines in your pay. You will be taken off the air as punishment. Because it's very much, professional wrestling is very much like magicians. You don't give away your secrets. That takes away the aura. That takes away the whole thing. You know? I don't know. Maybe that's just my opinion. Maybe that's just my opinion. Which is why I've said that I go back and forth with whether or not my original character simulated wrestling federations. I've gone back and forth on whether or not it's considered real in my head canon, You know, where they're actually going out there and beating the shit out of each other, or whether or not is it kayfabe? Is it like our wrestling? You know what I'm saying? Within the universe of my characters, I go back and forth. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, this is real. They're going out there and they're actually competing, and when they lose, it's because they got their ass kicked, not because, you know, somebody said you're handing the title over to this person after you do this spot and this spot and this spot. They're going to pin you and they're going to get the belt now. You know, a decision made by the writers. I go back and forth. I like the idea of both. You know, it being kayfabe. Because if you look at my original characters, I've got demons and aliens and fucking ancient elder gods and fucking shit like that. And if it's real, you know, if they're actually going out there and competing, if it's real, then those guys are really aliens and demons and ancient fucking elder gods and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That are wrestling these normal people. And if that's the case, well, how are they wrestling normal people? How is that possible that somebody could compete against a fucking ancient elder god? So I don't know. I'm just, so I go back or not it should be. To the point that I'm like, I don't know. Could be one, could be the other. But yeah, Dan Housen. You should look up Dan Housen. He's got a channel on YouTube called Love That Dan Housen. And he does not break character. He does not break character. He does not break kayfabe. And I respect the shit out of that. Because he kind of forces everybody else to stay in kayfabe.
Approaching.
You know, because he goes to these conventions where these other wrestlers are like at, you know, and he interacts with them and shit like that. And by just the virtue of him staying in character when he's talking to these other people, they kind of have to follow suit. And that's pretty awesome.
Beginning target down.
That's love of the game right there. You know what I'm saying? That is completely understanding the psychology of professional wrestling. Oh. Son of a bitch! Son of a bitch! Son of a bitch! Here you go, guys. Gather around. I got something to say.
Beginning target neutralization. Confirmed.
Wait. Okay, no. Making sure I didn't have to get those fucking boxes. His whole Danhausen's whole gimmick is he wears face paint, and he's like he took his influence from like old Universal horror, you know, monsters, and his humor, he says, is heavily influenced by Conan O'Brien and The Simpsons and shit like that. So he's got this very demonic looking makeup, and he talks basically like Mr. Burns from The Simpsons. Talks in his kind of weird voice. He refers to himself in third person a lot. Like, that's the only way he refers to himself is in third person. He's very funny. And even in his YouTube videos, he does not break character. Plus, from what I've seen, he's not just a funny character. He can actually throw down when it comes to wrestling. He can actually perform. He carries a mason jar of teeth with him to the ring, and he uses it as a weapon. You know, a foreign object. What he does is, towards the end of the match, before he does his finisher move, he will take the mason jar of teeth, he will pour it into the mouth of his opponent. And his reasoning, his theory, his logic is that because people already have teeth in their mouth, he can't get disqualified for a foreign object because people already have teeth in their mouth. It's infallible logic. Clearly the Legion is not eternal because you just fucking died. Oh, I got a sword part. I think that's the one I already needed. I only need one more to finish up my unique abilities. Hold on, I gotta use the bathroom. Alright, I'm back. I'm back. Another thing he does, Danhausen, part of his gimmick is that he curses people. And it actually has effects on them. Sometimes, I mean, his curses sometimes have real world effects that you can tie back to the fact, oh shit, this wrestler fucking injured himself right after he was fucking cursed by Danhausen. Holy shit. Like not, you know, in story injuries, but legitimate fucking injuries that put him out of wrestling for a while. It's happened several times apparently, where he's cursed somebody and it fucks him up in real life. It's pretty funny. But he is, I think he's about to be a massive star. Apparently, he's been an indie darling for like years. And then he got signed to AEW, and they didn't use him as anything really other than as a comedy like element, which is fine, because that's what you know, wrestling needs those kind of characters, those kind of comedic characters that are more about vignettes and backstage stuff than are necessarily about wrestling. But at the same time, like I said, he can throw down in the ring, and so you still want him to have that competency, but despite the fact that that's not necessarily what you're using them for. I don't know. He's rekindled my interest in real professional wrestling, not just the kind of professional wrestling that I create. And there's like, I've only seen like 2 interviews that he's done where he's not been in character. Like every other time you see him, anytime he's involved in anything, he's got his face paint on, and he is fully 100% in character. So you basically it's like if the Nosferatu from that old black and white movie was was in modern times and wasn't evil, just was like a doddering old man who happened to be this, this massive source of evil. Yet he's, he talks about needing human monies, because that's how you amass power and control the world. You have to have human money. So he's constantly trying to get more money and more money and more money. He's just very funny. He's very funny. I highly recommend, if you're even remotely interested in wrestling, or if you used to be, look up Danhausen. Just look up Danhausen and see if it doesn't bring back a little of that kid in you. That's like, all right, okay. I could probably get through a Sigma real quick. Who am I gonna take through Sigma? We'll take her. No, we'll give Glay. Nah. We're going with Viessa. Now that I use so many other characters, Viessa doesn't get necessarily the love that she should get anymore. And I need to change that, because Viessa is the star of the morning daily thingy. She's the star. You could say for the last season, we focused on the side characters and their stories. But now, we need to get back to the star of the show.
This is Hound Action to all personnel. Void storm is intensifying. Conditions are unfavorable. Proceed with caution. Over.
That's a specialized Vulcan aircraft. It can fly through void storm. Descendant, if you're gonna shoot it down, do it now. Hurry!
Guys, get the fuck off me for a minute.
sector. Confirming signs of life.
Deploying arcade. I am the original.
Mission complete. All units proceed to transport location.
Dead is who you
Great
are.
work out there.
Dead. It'd be nice if you could access all parts of the map. You know, I can understand not being able to access all parts of the map while you're in the mission, but after you clear the mission and you're just standing around, you shouldn't have to be forced to go back to Albion. You should be able to go wherever the fuck you want from that place. That's my opinion. Time for another wall crasher. And also, something else that I have recently discovered is a new singer on YouTube. Her name is Maphra. Maphra. My God, this girl's voice. Oh my God. It's unreal. Oh my God. It's unfucking real. She's had a channel on YouTube for less than a year. She's got 6 fucking videos. But Jesus Christ, her voice is astonishing. The things that she can do with her voice it's crazy. It is fucking crazy. That's another thing. I highly recommend that you look her up. Right now she just does covers, but her channel says she's gonna eventually do original stuff. So I mean, you'll hear her voice and you'll just be like, holy shit! It'll give you goosebumps. There's so much emotion and so much just raw strength in her fucking voice. She's incredible. She's fucking incredible. She has got a massive career ahead of her. As long as she doesn't let the pressure get to her, you know? As long as she can maintain. She's right now exploding all over YouTube. Everybody is reacting to her latest video. It's a cover of a song called "Doomed" by Bring Me the Horizon. I don't know shit about Bring Me the Horizon. I just know there's no fucking way that they do it as well as she does. Back to Albie. Incredible voice. Let's go back to VSO. We can finish up Sigma. But that's part of why I'm here, you know. It's part of my job is to introduce you people, you lovely chatters, to new stuff. And today's new stuff is Danhausen and Mafra. That's your homework for this evening.
This is Hound Action to all personnel. Void storm is intensifying. Conditions are unfavorable. Proceed with caution. Over.
Y'all get the fuck off me.
Operation completed. Awaiting transfer to transport position. Well done, Descendant.
Alrighty. Nope, up in here. Up in here. Alright. Good job, Vesa. What's he see? What's he looking at? Let's see, we've well shit, we've gotten all our stuff. We're pretty much done. I could do this battle armor up. Go do some do I need to though, really? I guess I might as well. That's just lost and found. Taco J. You're thinking too hard, Seneca. You're thinking too hard. We'll give some of these a shot. you, dude. What am I stuck on? Health laying around here somewhere. Shit! Oh, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Fuck you! Son of a bitch. Not the greatest God damn you piece of shit, motherfucker! Leave me the fuck alone! Target somebody else, asshole! Swear to God. Hello? Here we go. We'll do a few of these. And we'll go do a couple things in Axion, and that should be about time for the last wall crasher of the stream. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, bitch. I don't think he liked the fact that I was up there. I don't think that was making him happy at all. I believe that was upsetting him. Oh, good morning, Rick. I'm sorry I didn't see your messages, man. He says, thank you for that information, Mr. C. I assume you're talking about Danhausen and Mafra. And then he says, I'm farming the fire crab on my second account now. Yeah, I'm getting a few of these in as well. Fuck you. Damn it.
Now.
Anybody? Just an endless amount of blues. Okay. Here we go. you guys to like put in some effort here to damage this thing. You know, cause I'm not gonna be able to do it by myself. And it seems like right at the moment I'm the only motherfucker trying to kill this guy. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna accomplish it. Cause I think all the damage that's been done so far has been me. Ran out of goddamn bullets. Fucking hell. Got some bullets? Nope. You guys got some bullets? I don't have shit. I don't have bullets. I don't have fucking MP. Alright, we're going swords. Everybody's left. It's just me versus this bitch. See if I can at least outlast it, if I can at least make it to the timeout. I need more goddamn bullets. Yeah, I had 3 people with me, Nightmare, and they all kind of abandoned. All the damage that you see done has pretty much been by me. They were more busy fucking reviving each other. So I've been left alone. I know I can't win, but my goal now is just to see if I can last till the timeout. That wasn't good. Here's some shit, you guys. You little bitches. Nightmare says you got this. No, I don't know that I do, but I appreciate the vote of confidence. The only thing that I think has kept me alive so far is the fact that I built Viesa as a tank. Fuck you. Out of bullets again. Gee whiz, I wish that would have taken me right in front of his fucking guns. Bullets! I'm honed in on his eyeball. Last death count. Alright. Christ. Fuck you. Oh! Fuck! He killed me. I had like 2 seconds left. Fuck. Oh, that's so disappointing. 2 seconds, like 2 seconds. Nightmare says rip. Yeah. That is some shiny legs she's got there. I kind of figured that was the way that was going to go, but, you know, what can I do? So let's switch to Blair. Why not Dia? I just don't use Dia for it. Dia was made for him, Rick says. Let's do you.
Descendant, Volga's comms traffic is increasing at your location. It looks like Legion of Breach troops have been deployed. large cluster of breach creatures has been detected in the area. Breach creature response confirmed. Inbound to location.
Dealing with my own breach creature at the moment. Thank you, Amelia. Or should I say, not Mel. Goodbye, sir. Great. I'm picking up some signals too. I don't know if you noticed. There's a lot of signals happening right here where I am.
Vulcan Special Assault Ship identified.
Great. Thanks. Thanks for keeping me informed. What the fucking fuck?
I picked up a mutant material formation signal in the skies nearby.
Fucking shit. Where? Where's the other one?
Nearby seem to have spotted it as well. The mutant materials will be lost if you're not quick enough. Fantastic! I knew I could count on you. All the nearby seem to have spotted it as well. The mutant materials will be lost if you're not quick enough. Fantastic! I knew I could count on you.
Of course. Alright, come in. I think we got enough time to do this one. Maybe. It's 10, 11 minutes-ish. Ish.
Descendant, Volga's comms traffic is increasing at your location. It looks like Legion of Breach troops have been deployed.
Bitch. Why are you standing so close to me? Just curious. Do I look like somebody that's approachable? Do I look like somebody you'd want to chit chat with? The answer is no. I do not. Now what the fuck do you want? What? Where are y'all in my space? Oh. Go away, you two. Yeah, I don't know, dude.
Into the light.
If your light is my fire, then yeah, go stand in my fire. If that was what you were referring to. It probably wasn't. But if it were, well, that was easy. Well, that didn't take very long at all. All right. Back to Albion. Anything in research? No research. Fine. Okay. No research. No research. All right. Let's see what we can buy. $1,000. Hell yeah. And nothing. God damn it. What do we got here? Oh shit. Okay. Okay. I guess we'll get this And the next one will be this one. I'm not going to bother with the purple or the blues, because why would you want the cheap looking ones? So I'll just get this one next, and then we will just focus on using my coins for this shit right here. I don't need two of these. I saw that there's a bride and one of the other ones. It doesn't come to mind right now in the shop. So that's cool. So I don't need another one of them. So yeah, that's where that's going. Let's check out the lounge, just see what everybody's wearing today. See how things are going. Glay, Harris, and Valby. No, what? No, I didn't want to
Your
say
day.
it.
Was it good?
Yes, Valby. It was alright. That's much better. Like that there. But now I need to find some place to put this fucking cake. Devs, we need more place to put shit. We need, look, shelves. You can put some shelves right here. It's a perfect place to put some shelves. Perfect place. You put some right here. Put some, oh, this whole area right here is perfect for shelves. We need more places to put this bullshit that you give us to collect. There is not enough. Is there something I can place here? I don't want to sit.
I suppose I
Got
can
any
relax a
interesting
little.
news?
I'm looking to see if there's shit that I can put anywhere. There is not. I like that. I don't want to take that down. I guess we could take this down. Do that. Put that there.
Why did you take so long? Don't just leave me to worry.
I'm sorry. I apologize for making you worry. It was not my intention.
Come on, come on. I was waiting for it.
Like, you need to have a place right here. There's a perfect empty spot right there to put some shit. Here's a perfect spot to put some shit. Here's a spot to put some shit. Here's some spots to put some shit. You can put shit all along this bar.
You gonna take a break?
Need more spots. More stuff. Don't like it, but I guess that's where I gotta put it. Alright. Back to Albion. Wonder what they're going to do with this door. What is that one going to lead to? If this one leads to everybody else's, what are they going to do with that one? Oh, Nightmare, you've got your lounge closed. What is up with that, man? Oh, Rick says he hasn't done the event. A lot of girls in Barney outfits and bikinis. Oh, is there? I don't remember. Rick says there's a mission you have to do to open up your lounge. I don't recall. More coins. Let's go see. I've seen that guy's name before. LOLROFL. Yeah, I've seen him before. Ha! Rick says my lounge is a fans only top. Nada. Wink, wink, he says. Alright, and nothing on the research. No mail. Alright. Well, I guess it's time to end the stream. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. All y'all in chat, Nightmare, Rick. Was that the only two? Yes, it was just you two today. Nightmare, Rick, thank you so much for being here, for giving me a little back and forth, a little convo as we were running through our shit today. And for those of you who were lurking and being all quiet and stuff, hey, we respect that. We're cool with that here at IAC. You ain't always got to fucking talk. We appreciate you regardless. For those of you who might be watching this as a video later, thank you for making it this far into the video. We appreciate you just as much as anybody else. A view is a view is a view. And we feel that support and we appreciate it. If any of you groups of people that I just mentioned saw something that you liked here today, if I entertained you at all, maybe you could see your way clear to leave me a like, a comment, a share, or a subscribe. Particularly the subscribes. I need 89 more subscribers to hit the 500 subscribers needed for the next major milestone of the channel, unlocking super chats and memberships. So it would really mean a lot and be super helpful if y'all could, those of you out there who are watching right now who haven't subscribed, if you could just do me that little favor. You know, it's such a tiny little act for you to do, and it means so very much for me and the channel. So if you could consider it, that'd be awesome. Also, if you choose to contribute to the channel in a different way, there are links to my Patreon and my Ko-fi on my YouTube community page. Totally optional, totally up to you. But if you saw something here that you think might be worth a buck or two, then that would be where to drop it. And it would be greatly appreciated as well. While you're at all that shit, check out the rest of the stuff on my channel. I have over 1,200 videos. Is that not an astonishing number? Over 1,200 videos. Just so much fucking content on my channel. Just to entertain your eyeballs for hours and days and months and whatever. All kinds of stuff. I've got concerts I've been to. Some shot on a really good quality phones, good quality audio, good quality video, and I was really close on some of those concerts. I also do original music that I write the lyrics to. I used to be a singer-songwriter in my younger days, so I stress that I write my music. I completely build my songs in my head before I ever involve the app, the AI app. The song is constructed and made. I know what I want to do. I know what kind of vibe, what kind of feel, what kind of instruments. I know all of that before I ever approach the AI app. And then I do extensive prompts to get the unique sound that I'm looking for. I put a lot of work into it. I don't just go in and go, write me a song about rainbows. Write me a song about sad days or some shit like that. There is a massive human component in the music that I create. And I give life to those songs in the form of a 4-piece all-girl metal band called The Circle. The Circle consists of Winter's Lane, lead vocals and bass, Rose Rolando, additional vocals, rhythm guitar and piano, Olivia Burnstorm, additional vocals and drums, and Yvette Raynette, additional vocals and lead guitar. If you like chick rock and chick metal, or just metal and rock in general, if you like bands like In This Moment, New Year's Day, Butcher Babies, Lacuna Coil, Flyleaf, Hailstorm, that kind of thing, then you will dig it. I guarantee it. I say that with pretty full certainty, because I use a really good quality fucking AI app, and it makes that shit sound real. So give that shit a try. Put aside your bias. Put aside your bias towards AI stuff. There's a whole lot of haters out there that are just jumping on the bandwagon and, oh, it's AI slop. Oh, it's AI slop. And let me say, there's a lot of AI slop out there. Just like there's a lot of slop of every fucking, medium that creative medium that you can find. There's people who just half-ass it, and there's people who actually use it as a tool. There are people who use it as a force for good, and I'm one of those people. Without AI, there's a whole lot of shit on my channel that I am not able to do. I'm sorry, but AI ain't going anywhere. It's here to stay. It's just the next progressive level of creative tools that we can use. I'm sorry if that offends you. I'm sorry if you think that I should learn how to play all the instruments, you know, electric guitar, bass guitar, piano, drums, violin, fucking brass instruments, fucking the organ, fucking. I'm sorry that I don't have, you know, the rest of my life to learn how to play every instrument known to man so that I can you know, create music on my own. I'm sorry that I don't have a studio worth millions of dollars and a massive fucking soundboard with a full staffed fucking, you know, producer, and I'm sorry that I don't have access to four women with this, you know, different voices that I can sit, you know, put into a fucking room and say, sing this song 50 different ways in the next, you know, 30 minutes, and I'll pick which version that I like. I'm sorry that I can't do that. Sorry that I have to use an AI app. So if you're in a band, or maybe you just don't understand, yeah, that's the reality of it. So when you see those snarky comments by people that are just like, just learn to play, just learn to play, it's more involved in that, asshole. Okay? There's a lot more involved than just picking up, going and buying a fucking used guitar, and within a week being able to play at an expert level that you need to make quality music. I'm sorry that you don't understand the time involved in that, you know. But you don't understand the time that is involved in that. So, put aside your bias, check out something new. You never know. You might dig it. You might just dig it. And you can also find the lovely ladies of the Circle every Wednesday night on Wicked Wednesday Night. That is the female division of my original character simulated wrestling federation. The men's division, they're Monday for Monday Night Mania. Then I also have a female celebrity federation that's every Tuesday. That's Tuesday night download. I've got a DC versus Marvel that I'm working on. It should be out in a couple months or so. I've got upgrades for the men's division and the female celebrity federation coming towards the end of the year. On top of all that, I do these daily live streams like you were watching today, between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m.-ish, depending on my real-world work schedule, where we do just what we did today. I run through the missions, I do stuff. Sometimes I team up with the people in the chat and we take on the harder challenges. And sometimes chat's just there to give me moral support, to encourage me onward. And then sometimes they give me shit for the way that I build my characters. But regardless of that, a fun time is had by all. You know, I think we're developing a pretty cool community of people, different personalities here on the channel, and that means the world to me. That we can all come together and just have fun, you know? Just have fun. And on top of all of that, as if that wasn't enough, I have a shitload of playthroughs, all kinds of genres, all kinds of titles, horror, action, adventure, racing, roguelite, walking simulators, all kinds of shit. I've got a massive library of over 300 fucking games that I keep new stuff in constant rotation when other stuff ends. So if there's something that you would like to see me play, throw it in the comments. If I have it in my library, it gets bumped up to the top of the list. It'll be the next one that I start. Simple as that. It is that easy to have an impact on the content created by this channel. All you gotta do is say, hey, play this, and I'll go look and be like, well, shit, I have that. I guess I'll put it at the top of the line. It's that easy. It's that easy. It's that easy. Also, just so you know, the playthroughs are coming back. I'm in the process right now of getting caught up on like scheduling my wrestling videos, and that's like the first step to bringing back the playthroughs. I just cycle through like that, and I apologize. If y'all have followed the channel for any length of time, you know that last November and early December was a kind of a rough spot for me. I threw my back out, and I fucking, one of my 17-year-old cat died, and it was just really, I don't deal well when my cats pass. Just gonna let you know, I don't deal well with those situations when that occurs. And it got me behind, and it's taken me till this long. And then, of course, I started the live streams as well around that same time. So, and believe it or not, doing live streams takes a lot of time out of you. You know, it makes pretty serious time crunch on when I would typically have been creating my playthroughs. So, you know, but they're coming back. I've got caught up on my wrestling. I'm almost 2 weeks ahead on those. So just be on the lookout. And I guess, ladies and gentlemen, cats and kittens, boys and girls, that just leaves me to say thank you once again. And you guys are the bomb. Love you guys. Thank you so much for your continued support, for being here every day or whenever you can. It means the world to me, guys. It really fucking does. And I hope we have a long road ahead of us. Just growing this community, growing this channel, and just having fun together, you know? Because that's what life should be about. It should be about enjoying it, not about being pissed off all the time. So, thank you once again. And until next time, later.